We are tracking a significant diplomatic rupture tonight. Trump has pulled his envoys from Pakistan, canceling what would have been a second round of talks with Iran, even as the two countries remain in active conflict following joint U.S. Israeli strikes launched in February. The question tonight is whether this is calculated leverage or a dangerous miscalculation, with consequences that reach far beyond the Middle East. Joining me now are Marcus Webb, our defense and security analyst, and Sophia Reeves, our economics and markets editor. Welcome to you both.
Thank you, Emma. Look, the first thing to understand here is that Witkoff and Kushner were already headed to Islamabad. This wasn't a vague plan. It was a scheduled second round of talks. And Trump pulled the plug publicly on social media saying Iran just needs to call. That's a very deliberate piece of messaging. It's not just about these talks. It's about signaling dominance while military operations are still live. His quote, "We have all the cards," tells you exactly what doctrine is driving this. The concern from a security perspective is that maximum pressure works right up until the moment it doesn't. And when it doesn't, the consequences in an active war are categorically more serious than in a sanctions dispute.
Sophia, from an economic and geopolitical standpoint, who actually benefits from this breakdown?
Well, and this is the uncomfortable answer. China benefits. Foreign Affairs has been pretty explicit about this. Every week, this conflict continues without a diplomatic off-ramp. Beijing strengthens its position as the indispensable partner for sanctioned and isolated states. And here's the thing. Trump is heading into a meeting with Xi, and he's going to be doing that with an active war on his hands and a collapsed Iran negotiation. That's not a strong hand at the table, whatever he's saying publicly. Markets are watching the oil picture very closely too, and prolonged instability in this region doesn't resolve in anyone's favor economically, least of all Washington's.
Marcus, final thought, is this recoverable, and how quickly?
My assessment is that it's recoverable, but only if Iran makes the first move. And that's a significant ask of a country currently under military pressure. The most realistic path is back-channel contacts through Pakistan or Oman, buying time for a face-saving framework. But here's what worries me. The historical pattern every time U.S.-Iran diplomacy has collapsed is that Iran moves closer to a nuclear threshold and closer to Beijing. We've seen this cycle before. The window for a deal that actually holds is narrowing, and pulling envoys publicly doesn't stop that clock. It accelerates it.
Important analysis tonight. Thank you both, Marcus, Sophia, appreciate it.